having a great football team is like making a good pot of gumbo or a good pot of soup. You got to mix it all together to get it come out right. It's not always right. It's never bad at Georgia these days. I mean, Georgia has won more games since the turn of the century than every college football team save one, and that would be Ohio State. And even with that, I'm not throwing Ohio State a bunch of roses, because to me, just watching the Big Ten over those years, most of those wins were against, tomato can teams. Just the way I see it. And Georgia, since the year 2000, has won more games than everybody else. And the difference isn't much. It's like, 6 or 8 games total. You're telling me that the fact that Ohio State gets to play, Army, Navy, those kind of schools, Toledo, whatever it is, consistently, and then really, really bad Big Ten teams, year after year, and that's how they're rolling up their win totals. Forgive me if I'm not blown away, right? I'm giving Georgia a lot of credit right there, because I understand there are people up that way up north who are going to say, well, the SEC East is weaker and Georgia was in the East forever. Okay, you can miss me with all that because of the way the SEC as a whole performed over that time, winning 15 out of 17 national championships. And in Georgia, even if they were winning the East, we're having to cross over and play those teams out of the West, both in traditional rivals as well as in the championship game. So miss me with all that. It's not the same. These two things are not the same.